If a client says, I want it this way, don't tell them that no, they don't retouch that way. Don't do that. Okay. Hello guys, welcome again to my channel. My name is Kunle, as you guys know. That's by name, but by brand, I'm known as Kunle Capture. And then trust me, what I'm about to say in this video, you don't want to miss it. So you better stay tuned and stay to the end of the video. So if you are just coming here for the first time, try and be a subscriber. Just hit the subscribe button. I share a lot of resources, a lot of things that is going to help creative. All right, and if you're a returning subscriber, remember to like, share the video so that it's going to help someone. So without further ado, let's get started. On this channel, I talk to creatives because I'm a creative myself. I interview them, and then I just like to know their journey so that they share ideas on how they get to where they are today. Of course, that's going to help anybody that's aspiring to be a creative as well, right? So and today I want to talk about my retouching career. All right. I've been a photo retoucher for roughly 5 years now. I started photography 2020 after COVID, and I did photography like throughout 2020, 2021. But at the end of 2021, I just make up my mind that I want to be a full-time retoucher. And I have not regretted that decision till today. All right. So I just want to share a brief of my journey, how I met my clients, how I make serious money from retouching, and how you can do the same thing too. So stay tuned to the end of the video. I'm going to talk about instructions, and I'm going to talk about how I did it. I'm not here to give to dish out motivation and everything. No, I'm just here to tell you how I did it, and if you follow the pattern, you can do your own as well. All right. So around 2020, before I entered photography, I used to be into tech. I used to design websites, front end. I love computers so much, and most importantly, I like to make money from house, especially foreign currency, dollars. So I thought of it that as a photographer, I have to go out every day, and I'm not really good at that. Not that it's not good. I mean, of course, it's fun going out to shoot, but it is not me. Not that I'm an introvert anyway. I still talk a lot, but I'm not used to actually going out all the time, right? So I made up my mind that I'm going to be a retoucher because I just want to sit at home and work, all right? And that decision actually worked. I was glad I actually made that decision. So how did I go about this? That's what I want to share. Now, before I go into that, I'm going to dish out instructions and also, methods that I use. So stay with me. Now, around 2020, when I started photography, I started in a studio at Surulere, known as Dave Studio, and then I met a lot of photographers, lot of them. I have them on my contact. So during that period, I've known a lot of photographers. Now, mind you, my clients are photographers, not people that are taking pictures, right? I did my best to tell a lot of people what I do, because I met a lot of photographers in the studio that I was, and I have a lot of them. So from there, I started, telling a couple of guys, after I retouch pictures, I retouch pictures, and from there, I started getting jobs, and then, the rest is history. So let's jump straight to what I believe, and we should know if you want to be a retoucher. And the first one is, first of all, you have to master retouching. When I say master retouching, like, you need to know it to a point where you can deliver. All right. So if you don't know it, whatever you want to do, the skill you want to sell, you have to know it now. That's a principal requirement. So you must understand the techniques and all the various techniques of retouching, because photographers have their own techniques, and then you must know the techniques that this person use. Now, I did retouching to a point whereby the moment I look at someone's page or I see their picture, I know the style they use, and it just take maybe 1 or 2 jobs and I'll get their style, and I work for them. So of course, it's important. You have to understand retouching, know it very well. Now, you need to understand the style of your clients. All right. Now, whenever I meet people that I want to work for, the question I used to ask them is, how do you want your picture? Now, I don't ask much question if I've seen their page, if I've seen how their pictures look like. So people like their picture natural. Some just remove blemish and move, right? Some just color grade. Why some love drama, some love plastic skin, some look like it natural. Different folks, different strokes for different folks. I'm sure you get what I'm saying. Yeah. So You need to know that, and you can't use your own style to retouch for other people. Please, that is very very important. If you are a frequent separation person, if you're a dodge and bone person, you like to do all those techniques on your picture. You don't try to enforce that technique on people, because not everybody like that style. Some people just prefer dodge and bone, leave their picture natural. So people snap picture and it's going to be very worse. Bad background, bad lighting, and you must look for a way to fix it. So you can't have one style. You need to understand many styles of retouching and just give it to people exactly how they want it. Number 3 is have less opinion on demand of clients. All right. If a client says, I want it this way, don't tell them that no, they don't retouch that way. Don't do that. Okay. Because different photographers have their styles. All right. It's unique. I mean, although it is a creative industry, but it is unique. So if a client says, I want you to only remove blemish, just remove blemish and deliver it. Don't do drama. Now, if a client says, I want this drama, I want this, I want that, just do it. Don't tell them that is not how they retouch. Don't do that, okay? Don't do that at all. There are different techniques, and have less opinion. Now, if you are retouching for people, you don't retouch for them based on your own style. No, you don't. You have to do it based on their style. All right, retouching is different from storytelling, that everybody can use the same concept and it work. No, it is not. All right. So if you look at Kelechi Amadi, you look at Felix Crown, look at all these big guys, their job does not look the same. That tells you that they don't snap the same way, they don't use the same lighting, and obviously they don't retouch the same way. So don't try to enforce your opinion on clients. Once they say I want it this way, just give it to them that way. Right? So the last one that I'm going to say on the instruction is don't try to do photography and retouching together. Now, this sounds absurd, but it's true. If you are a photographer and you're also retouching for other photographer, trust me, you are going to find yourself burning out. You are going to find yourself not meeting up with jobs. I mean, don't try to pair the two, all right? Try to specialize in one. Now, personally, I hardly do photography. You hardly see me carry camera and snap pictures. Yes, I started with that. I have a lot of equipment. I have my camera, I have my light for photography, I have them, but I really don't do photography. I only do it once in a while when I'm bored, because sometimes you could get bored of retouching, staying indoor. I mean, so I want to just go out, and when I do that, I don't charge big price. I just charge minimum. Or sometimes I organize collaboration so that I could use the picture to create retouching tutorial and so on and so forth, right? So you can't balance the two. Right, you can be on set and a photographer will be calling you, "How far my picture, you're touching this and that." You can't balance the two. All right, you just have to pick one. At some point, you will have to pick one. All right, so those are the instructions and many other instructions. Now, if you take note of this 14, you have set yourself on a pedestal where you can easily do retouching. Now, how did I go about making money in retouching? Now, this is very, very crucial, and I want you to listen. Number 1, tell people what to do, of course. And the people you are telling are not people that don't need your service, all right? You meet photographers, I'm a retoucher. Now, when you give that idea to photographers that, look here, I'm a retoucher, the first thing they tell you is, no, I touch my picture myself. And, of course, that's okay, all right? But I want you to know that if every photographer is retouching themselves, it will get to a point that they realize that I need a team. And only me cannot deliver. Now, anybody that tells you that, no, I can't give my picture out, I touch myself, is because they are not yet at that point where they have so much clients and they realize that they need a team. All right. Now, it is not compulsory you collect retouching, you collect pictures or retouching gigs and do it at home. Sometimes I go to people's house and do it for them. Just pay me, I come to your place, I run on your job, I deliver, I go back home. In fact, I can even use your computer. All right, so I do that most of the time. Sometimes I collect it, I do it. When they have correction, I follow up until it's delivered. All right, so when photographers understand that at some point they can't meet up with all these jobs, they will now start getting used to actually giving their picture out. All right, so it is important you tell people what you do. Even if they tell you, I'm not interested in that, that's fine. Look for someone else. Keep telling people, hey, I'm a retoucher, I'm this, I'm that. All right, that is very, very important. All right. Number 2 is I'm always available for a retouching job. Trust me. One of my clients messaged me 1 a.m. In the midnight one day. He said, I want to run a touching job and I need to deliver by morning. I said, I'm sleeping. He said, how many cars do you have? And then I don't have a car. I said, I don't have any car. He said, you're sleeping. Will you get up? Something like that. I get that most of the time, So that's just a joke, by the way. But one thing you should know is you have to always be available. I'm not saying you should stay awake at night waiting for clients, no, but you must always be available. Always be available, because usually people don't have it in mind that they are going to dish out their pictures for a retoucher. Sometimes it happens by accident. They don't plan it. All right. So it is during that accidental period that it becomes a benefit for you. All right. So you have to always be available. Like, don't tell them at some point that I'm sorry, I'm not available, I'm not this, I'm not that. Try as much as possible to be. All right. Because if you disappoint today, I'm not available today, you're not available tomorrow, you just keep doing that to get to a point that they will even stop having it in mind that they have someone out there that can actually, edit their picture. All right. Number three, out of the how I actually get the client is I charge less. Now I know that sounds absurd, but trust me, I actually charge less. I don't charge. When those guys want to charge you, they charge you more money than you're actually even collecting from your clients. I don't know how they do that. I charge less. I'm not going to say my price. If you want to know how much I charge for retouching, you can reach out to me on WhatsApp. My WhatsApp contact is in the description. You can reach out to me if you want to give me a job. I'm open. Or my Instagram DM. But I actually charge an amount that I believe that an average photographer can pay. Or I don't go, up and beyond that. No. I don't do that. So I understand how much photographers charge for shoots normal. So I peg my price in a way that if they pay for a retouching service, they still have something, in their hand, and they are fine and I'm fine. I mean, it has to be a win-win. The client is happy because I do the picture well, the photographer is happy, and I'm happy too. Everybody's happy. Don't charge in a way that only you will be happy, the photographer will be depressed. And don't work in a way that when you will be happy, the client will not be happy, maybe because he didn't do the picture well, right? So I really charge like an amount of money that anybody, can afford to pay. Not everybody, anybody, but, I actually charge pretty less. All right. Next way I get clients is I actually crash people's DM. I go to photographers DM. Hey, what's up? I'm a retoucher. I can do your retouching. I can do this. I can do that. And if they're interested, they tell me. If they are not, they don't tell me. Like currently, I have couple of clients in Nigeria. I have a couple of clients in the UK, in the US, and in Canada. And then at one point when I was doing retouching for foreigners, I had issue with payments, getting my payments, but at one point it was resolved. And then I have a couple of them, and usually the timing they reach out to me is not when I'm awake sometimes, and I still, when I get their message or their call, even when I just wake up, I just get up and I do it. And it has been, it has been really great. And again, I don't, because you are a foreigner, charge you ridiculous amounts. No, I pretty much charge foreigners and local photographers here the same amount. And some people don't believe that, but that's actually true. I don't, because you are, a foreigner, charge you, ridiculous amounts, right? So when I get to people's DM, I only tell them what I do. And I've met a lot of people, a lot of photographer clients that I merely just go to their DM and, I got the gig. All right. So I beg people for referral again. When I work for you, I tell guys about me. So referral really does work. Referral really does work. I run Instagram adverts, and my target audience are photographers, not your clients. I do that also, and it actually used to work. Now, most importantly, what I do to get returning clients when it comes to retouching is that I make sure the client of the photographer is satisfied with the job. I do that. I follow up. I ask the photographer, did they have any correction, any adjustment? If they do, I tell them send it back, and I'll correct it until they are satisfied. I don't just stop at delivering picture. All right. So if you're a retoucher out there and after delivering picture, you don't reply again, trust me, that's the last time they are going to work with you. So I've had a lot of retouching clients. I've had clients that I've been working for 3 years, and then we are still working together. We are still happy. And I have, new client that I'm working for. I have a couple of clients. So if you make sure you follow up until the client is satisfied, trust me, they are coming back to give you that gig. Please take note, like I said, don't do photography and retouching together. You can do it together, but if you really want to make serious money in retouching, right, you can't be pairing the two. If you are pairing the two, you are juggling it, it's difficult for you to really go far. All right. So when I have a lot of people start asking me, how do you do this? How do you do that? I start a YouTube channel where I teach tutorials, where I take tutorials. And of course, since I like talking, I also, included, interviewing creatives on my YouTube channel. So guys, that is how I've been running my retouching career. All right. So if you want to be a retoucher also, if you follow everything I said, now I'm not dishing out motivational speech or ideas. I'm just telling you how I did mine. All right. So if you follow everything I did, pretty much you should get the same results. Like most likely, you should get the same results. All right. So you want to make sure you are growing, you are developing your craft, you get to know it better, and of course, you can have a value and not offer it. So it's important that when you know what you're doing, you understand your technique. That's adding value to yourself. Then you must try to offer the value by understanding sales and how to sell yourself. Just understand it, all right? So when I sell myself, people don't worry, this and that. I try to meet up, and so far so good. I've used retouching income to do a lot of great things in my life, right? Personally, all right. So thank you so much for catching me on this. Remember to subscribe if you are coming here for the first time. If you're a return subscriber, remember to like. I create a lot of retouching tutorial on this channel, and of course I talk to creative to share their journey. So you can join my Telegram channel. I have a lot of retouching resources there, and then I take a lot of questions also. And then when people ask me questions on techniques on retouching, I try to create a tutorial on it and post it on my channel. So thank you so much, guys, and I'm going to see you in the next video. Bye.